So right now, when it comes to fighting climate change, it feels like every day all we hear about is all of the things we need to stop doing. Stop flying, stop eating meat, using so much fuel, leaving the light on. And of course, we do need to drastically reduce all of these things that are pumping carbon into the atmosphere. Maybe you've done all of those things and now you want to do more. But the reality is, not everyone can plant their own forest, and not everyone can cut down on all of those things, and certainly not everyone has access to a carbon capture and storage system. But almost everyone has some sort of skill that other people want. And carbonPay enables you to do something positive by doing whatever you do best. Whether you're already doing it professionally, or maybe you have a hobby that you don't necessarily want to monetize, but which you might consider doing more of if it helped the planet. carbonPay is the most transparent, trustworthy platform for you and your customers to offset carbon by enabling you to take payments in carbon as well as money, helping you turn your efforts into reduced atmospheric greenhouse gases and to feel proud of your contribution to fighting climate change.
Anyone who wants to do more to reduce their carbon footprint or even make it negative can sign up as a merchant on carbonPay. When you sign up, you will mint a carbon NFT, which is your unfakeable, trustless certificate of how much carbon you've offset. Here we are as a new merchant, Vitalik's Bakery, and we're going to go through minting that NFT live. So you can see you pay a small gas fee and authorize the transaction. It takes a moment to go through on the Cello testnet. But now we're taken to the NFT, and this has two main attributes. One is your carbon lock counter, your total CO2 offset, and this is the cumulative total of how many tons your use of carbonPay has locked away. Every time you or your customers use carbonPay, this number goes up. The other important attribute is your merchant ID, and this is what you and others can use when offsetting carbon to ensure that it's your NFT that's credited with the offset. In this way, you can request payment in carbon offsets and your customers could increment your NFT directly. So let's look at what a typical payment flow might look like. So here's a store that sells clothing and they have integrated carbonPay. So we'll buy this t-shirt and go to the checkout. And it's a pretty normal checkout page with maybe one small exception, which you can see there. So for this $24.99 transaction, we're going to pay using carbonPay. So let's press that button there. And we're taken to the DAP page, and you can see the merchant ID has been automatically passed across, as well as the payment amount. So the $24.99 has been converted into 7 tons of CO2, and you also see the gas fee you need to pay. And if the customer authorizes a transaction now, you're taken to your normal order confirmation page, but there's a link to the transaction receipt on the Cello Block Explorer. And let's just click into that and see what additional value that brings to the customer, because they can see that as part of this transaction, which has a unique hash and was successful, you can see that 7 tons, so 7 CT, that's our dummy carbon token, were burned as a result of this transaction. And later that will be some official carbon token, but that's your unfakeable record that 7 tons were burnt. Now let's go to the merchant's NFT and refresh it, and you see that Vitalik's Bakery, the total offset for that business has now been increased to 7 tons. And later on, we're going to be putting a history of every transaction into that box as well. So that'll all be visible from the merchant page.
Nick Shah has over 10 years of experience developing and taking to market B2B data products. He shipped a number of innovative ad measurement products for Meta and currently works on Chainlink Labs' flagship price feeds product. Vitaly Sober started his journey into web development when the world was just entering Web 2. He currently works at Meta looking after optimization and measurement products. Ali Gallup is a filmmaker with the passion for storytelling that connects people to new ideas. After spending 5 years at Meta, he founded There's This Place, a production company that produces film content for brands that are trying to communicate their message in the most authentic way possible. We intend to keep the core protocol of carbonPay free to use. If you offset carbon tokens via the carbonPay app, you will only have to pay gas fees for the burn transaction and to increment the NFT metadata. This helps to encourage adoption, as well as other protocols building on top of carbonPay. Our first improvement will be to add the ability to pay for carbon using stablecoins rather than carbon tokens. We also intend to integrate with payment APIs so that users can pay with credit cards and other payment methods without needing a crypto wallet at all. Such transactions may be subject to a small fee.